عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. Honorable teachers, esteemed guests, and my beloved brothers, today I invite you to reflect on a prophetic pedagogy, a timeless approach to learning and the guidance inspired by the life and the teachings of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in the days of Consoulium 2K24. Dears, as we know, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam transformed individuals and society through his unique teaching methods. His approach was not limited to mere intellectual transmission, but focused on character development, spiritual growth, and practical application. The prophetic pedagogy is built on three pillars. The first one is mercy and compassion. The Prophet ﷺ taught with empathy, understanding, and patience. He recognized individual difference and adapted his teaching style accordingly. The second one is experiential learning. He used real-life examples, anecdotes, and hand-on experience to illustrate complex concepts. This approach fostered critical thinking, problem solving, and retention. The third one is spiritual foundation. The Prophet ﷺ grounded his teaching in the Quran and the pursuit of righteousness. He emphasized the importance of intention, sincerity, and accountability. See the story of Badawin, who urinated in the mosque. Instead of reprimanding him, the Prophet ﷺ gently guided him, demonstrating compassion and the effective teaching. Dear audience, to be able to fully transmit his message, the Prophet ﷺ first addressed the herds to become beloved one in order to inspire his followers to listen his message. Secondly, in order to maximize the effect of his message, it could permanently transform the behavior of people. He used a type of speech that made his followers think, mainly based on active learning and analogies. The Prophet ﷺ would often repeat his lesson 3 times to the same people. He utilized analogies to enhance the imagination and the curiosity of listeners. For example, the Prophet ﷺ asked his companions, what would be the situation of someone who has a river at his door, and 5 times a day he came out and he take a bath in that river? At the end of the day, would he have any diet on himself? They respond, there would not be have any diet on him or Rasulullah. The Prophet ﷺ said, similarly, there are the 5 prayers, cleansing the person in this way. As the Prophet ﷺ used an analogy to explain a topic verbally, he also used illustration to make a point graphically. In this context, the Prophet ﷺ drew a straight line through the sand and drew a line to the right and line to the left of the first line. Then, while the people were looking attentively at the drawing, he recited a Quranic verse, and verily, this is my straight path, so follow it, and follow not other paths, for they will separate you away from his path. On another occasion, the Prophet ﷺ illustrated his point using his hands. As when he said, I am the one who take care orphans are in paradise like this. As he was speaking, he enlarged his fingers. Dears, let me conclude by giving the message that will embracing this approach, we can cultivate a generation of compassionate, critical thinkers, and righteous individuals. Let's revive the prophetic pedagogy and transform our world to inspire learning and the guidance. So I am concluding my words. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum.